I would like to welcome my lovely sister Priyanka Nanda, and she has lived with me for 13 years, and she's very intelligent, likes to read, does karate, and is a very, very avid skier. And I admire many qualities about you. Thank you.
Just so you guys know, I'm actually 14, not 13.
Oh my God.
Great starting then. Lived with you for 14 years. Hello everybody, my name is Priyanka Nanda. Before I begin, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you, so can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good! Okay, some people are here. I would like to thank my sister on her amazing speech about how happiness is a feeling and not an achievement, and how we should look through life in a more positive lens. And honestly, Nadia, this is probably one of the best speeches you've ever written. So, nice job. Today, I'll be talking about endings. So, who here has experienced an ending?
Ending of what?
Just an ending.
You reach home. It's an end of the journey.
Exactly. Okay, everyone should be raising their hands because if you aren't, you're either lying or you're just lazy. Because you all know who you are. Whether it be a good vacation, good for you. I admire you for raising your hand. Good job. Whether it be a very good vacation or a good or bad year ending, we've all experienced an ending. But the point of my speech is that I want to convey the topic that an ending is never really an ending, but it is a beginning. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this saying over and over again, but sometimes people don't understand it as much. So I will be using some of my personal examples in order to help us understand it a little bit more. Also, because the speech class is ending and I'm very upset about it. So, I know, but I shouldn't tell. So some of the personal experiences I'll be sharing about my endings is me ending 6th grade, me ending 8th grade, and my thoughts on me ending this speech club. So when I went to Paul P. Gates Elementary School from grades 2 to 6. So for 4 years of my life, I was surrounded by the same 100 kids in the same school, and I would see them every day on the playground and the cafeteria, and they would be in my class, and it was just, nothing was different. And I remember in 6th grade, at the end of graduation, we were all promising each other that we were going to see each other in junior high because we were going to be in the same wing. For our middle school, we have these things called wings, in which our school is separated into different sections that are color-coded, and the kids are placed into these wings by the language they speak. So my friends and I were taking the same language, so I automatically assumed, like, duh, we're gonna be in the same wing. And I'm not gonna make any new friends at junior high because I'm gonna have all of my old friends. I ended up in my 7th grade wing having only about 5 of my friends in my wing that was actually made up of 100 people. And only about 15 of that people, including my 5 friends and me, were kids from my school. So honestly, I was a little bit lonely, and I was very upset about not getting to see all of my friends every day and not being able to play with them. I'm sorry, I'm choking up at the thought of that. Yeah. So it was honestly in like the first few weeks of school, I was very lonely, and I thought like I didn't know how to really make as much new friends. But I ended up actually making a lot of new friends and connections, and I still managed to keep my old friends. But I made this whole new group, which always makes me very happy every time I think about it. Those 2 years of junior high zoomed by really quickly. I mean, honestly, I can't believe I'm in high school now because everything is so vivid. I got you, Viv. Everything about junior high is so vivid to me. One memory I remember in the beginning of 8th grade is that my teachers were telling me, don't worry about high school, Priyanka. You know, it's so far away. You guys don't have to worry. And, you know, just focus on your life. So that's what I did. I focused on everyday life, and I would just, like, life was normal. But then, when I came back from winter break in January, looking forward to another year of school, the teachers are just like, surprise kids, you're going to high school. Now every single itty bitty thing you do will count towards your recommendations. Enjoy!
Yay!
So, me being the normal 8th grader I was, I freaked out. I mean, I was feeling lonely. I thought no one understood how I was feeling, and I was just like, oh my gosh, my teachers are out to get me. You know, if I ask a question to my friend, they're secretly writing in the corner, just like, oh, Priyanka asked a question at 1:47 p.m., you know, she doesn't know her science. But honestly, that is not what they did whatsoever. From this like feeling of me being scared, and I actually realized that I wasn't feeling supported. But I had the support of my family, my friends, and actually my teachers, who were apparently not out to get me. But you never know. And from this ending of 8th grade, I realized that I will always have the support of my family, which I've always known, but I will actually have the support of my teachers. So this speech club is ending. In a few weeks, all of you guys are gonna be binge watching Netflix on the couch or doing your homework, and we don't have to stress out about writing speeches every Monday night. I'm sorry, British uncle, but we all wrote our speeches on Monday night. Yes, we all did that.
Before the Friday club.
Yes. And we don't have to worry about practicing our speeches every single day. Yes?
So the young lady here has a question.
Oh,
Why did you write the speech on Monday nights?
well, the young lady in green who has a question of why we wrote our speeches on Monday night is because a lot of us were procrastinating and we don't want to spend our weekends thinking of a topic. Well, that was my reason for not writing my speech. Until my mom was like, okay, Priyanka, you have to write your speech now. So, and it's just gonna be the end of speech club, right? Wrong. British uncle has taught us a life lesson that we will use forever. Public speaking is a trait that actually shows how confident you are and how confident actually you are about your idea that you're trying to convey. And we have learned a lesson that actually everyone in like the world needs to know. And honestly, these few itty bitty lessons that British uncle has tried to like force into our head, you know, like maintain eye contact or use a walk or use voice modulation. Yeah, that was a kind of bad example. But voice modulation has actually become a habit for us, if you've noticed. So we have learned this lesson that we can actually pass on to our fellow peers, like it says in our, our Circles of Growth pledge that we use. And this has honestly been a very life-changing experience from it. So from this ending, I have learned a life lesson in which I will use forever. I hope a lot of you guys realize that actually a lot of good things can come from like some bad endings that I apparently thought I had. Like, I made new friends. I realized that I actually had the support of my teachers, and I learned a life lesson in which I can use forever. So thank you so much for listening to my speech, and I hope you guys realize that like an ending is never an end. It is always a new beginning, and just think of it as a continuous cycle of learning and growing. Circles of growth. So thank you so much for listening to my speech, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, British uncle, for letting me learn this, and thank you to all of my friends who have become my closest cheerleaders, my personal cheerleaders, and the best critics in the world. Thank you again.
Good job.